it's episode 2 of the Internet Midnight Movie. This time around I'm bringing you something really nifty. And of course, by saying, I need to make one thing obvious here, because I have gotten some feedback. I'm not actually bringing you anything new that you couldn't find yourself, obviously. These movies are all on the internet, able to be streamed, so this is nothing marvelous or special on my part. I'm not doing anything other than locating something that I like and putting it up and packaging it with an introduction video, and if I have anything else to put with it, I do. But this one is very, very cool. So this is a movie that I've always sort of been shocked that has been available to watch on the internet. It's been in a bunch of the, I don't know if you can see over my shoulder here, but it's on a lot of the public domain sets. So it's really easy to get your hands on. So I messed my hair up here. It's really easy to get your hands on, and I'm talking about a movie that from 1974 called Horror Express. It's a very well-paced, solid movie. You have some scientists that basically find, I think it's a missing link, or they think it's a missing link, but it's like a monster or a demon or something. It's frozen in ice. It gets on a train, and I think it thaws out is what happens, or maybe somebody activates it with blood. I forget what it was exactly. Anyway, the damn thing comes alive and starts to tear through the passengers on this train as they're going across I believe it's Russia or China. It's said during that time where it was like the Orient Express sort of thing. So they're on this train, they're traveling across the Far East, and it gets out. And if, actually, it is Russia, at least for part of it, because and I'll tell you how I know that later on. So anyway, it gets loose, causes a lot of havoc. They ended up getting stopped in Russia, and some Russian police come on the train because there's been some killings and they don't know exactly what's going on. And it's a really solid movie. I don't want to give anything away, but from start to finish, very well paced, very interesting, and kind of a blast. This movie also boasts probably the best cast out of any of the movies that I'm going to do for this. It's an amazing cast. You have Christopher Lee plays one of the scientists. I got my iPad here for notes. Peter Cushing, and then what's really cool, so Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing are in the entire movie, and they're kind of two of the leads. So whenever you have those two guys together in a movie, it's pretty freaking awesome. So like I said, that alone will be killer. But the guy that plays the head police officer who gets on the train to do the investigation, who's sort of really kind of scary himself because he has complete authority, and you're never quite sure. I think he says he's an inspector, but the movie kind of hints the fact that he might be just like an enforcer almost for the Tsar. I guess that would be the right period of time, or maybe whatever the government is. But anyway, and it's played by Telly Savalas, who doesn't do a lot with the lines, but he does a lot with his face and the way he looks at people, and the way his body language is really good in this movie. That's one thing that has always stuck with me. So great cast, great movie. And it's also one that used to creep me out a lot as a kid. Not so much as an adult, but I still dig how they present the creature and how they get the plot rolling. And there's a part with Priest that I won't spoil, but it's really pretty creepy, and works well. So I mean, what can you say? But yeah, again, I mean, this is one of those movies I'm really surprised it's in the public domain, that you can actually go out and get a copy of, stream it on the net. You can get it off, like I said, a lot of those budget sets. Mill Creek is just crazy. I mean, I think every budget set that I have has this movie on it. It's real common. So it's not hard to find, but it shocks me when I go to a convention or hang out with people how many people haven't actually seen this. So, you know, horror fans, it's just like, you know, and I think it falls into that stigma of like, well, if it's free, if it's public domain, if it's on one of the budget sets, it's probably crap. And I won't completely disagree with that. I have like a 250 set, and and you know, the big bricks full of all the, you know, there's like 500 movies on some of these sets. But you know, sure, maybe 50 of them are good, but this is one of the good ones, and I really think it's worth checking out. So I'm kind of done talking. Enjoy Horror Express here on episode 2 of the Internet Midnight Movie.